Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a special afternoon session where I come on to complete some free readings from the morning session, especially when I don't get through a ton of them. And so, a big shout out to everyone who made donations. Those do help me have these free readings. And if you're enjoying these sessions, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love, and it helps spread the channel, and you get to be part of the love tsunami, spreading all that Zen love. So thank you guys for all of you that do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go off of the chat that I took screenshots of this morning, and I'll go in order that way. And at the end of this video, once I complete it, I'll pin a comment that will list the order in which the readings were completed as well. And that way you'll be able to find your reading faster there. And let me just make sure we are live here and everything is set. All right, looking good there. All right. So I believe we are live. I do see some people have come in, so we are definitely live. Good. All right, so let's get started. And I am using this beautiful deck, which is the Lost Soul Tarot. And so we'll be using that today. So I'm gonna give these a shuffle, and we will start. First up is Angel Blessings. So, angel blessings, you wanted to know your forever person, are they planning to pursue you soon? So, let's take a look here, see what spirit wants you to know here. All right, well, there's your two cards. So, let's grab those here. All right, well, it looks pretty good here. We do have both the Sun card. Let's see if I could do this without dropping them. Got the Ace of Cups, so you do have new love that is entering into your life, and you have the Sun card, which definitely is this energy of abundance, brightness, victory. It's a very abundant card that comes in there. So definitely with these two together, I feel like it is soon because they gave you the Sun card and they didn't give you a any kind of delay card here. Even on the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Wands, which is new passions. You got new passion, new love that's coming in here. So, and I feel with both of these aces that it is someone that you don't know. It's someone brand new that is coming in for you there. So, I like that for you, and that is what's coming in. So easy breezy, angel blessings. Timing with that Ace of Wands, it has to do with your energy. Whatever you focus on grows and expands. And so if you focus on missing, like the love of my life, I'm missing them, they're not in my life, I fear they won't, or whatever, that delays things, that slows it down. But if you take your time and energy and focus on higher vibrational love and gratitude and joy and laughter, that energy speeds up and raises your love vibration, and it brings in things faster for you too. So I like that. Let me see. I'm just going to scooch this over a little bit. So that is what is coming in. All right. And then next up after that, we got Pinky. So Pinky, you wanted to know what spirit wants you to know about the rest of January. So let's take a look here and see, what do you want Pinky to know right now? What? Oh, what is coming your way? All right. Well, you do have both the Nine of Pentacles and the World card coming in here for you. And with these two cards, the combination of these two, the Nine of Pentacles is like this journey of being independently by yourself. Pentacles are the outside world. Nine is like the hermit energy, but you're in this garden and you're feeling this fullness and this wholeness of your worth in relationship to the outside world. So I like this because this is the rest of January for you. You're really getting a good sense of your worth in relationship to the outside world, which brings in the World card here, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, doing things a new way. It's victory. It's this. You definitely, these 3 weeks remaining ish of this month, feel very abundant and full, and you feel like, yeah. And then I feel because of that, you're changing the way you're doing things going into February. You're like, okay, this is the way I used to do it when I believe this way about me, but I'm going to go this route and do these things because I feel this way about me. So I like that for you, Pinky. And that is what Spirit wants you to know. Definitely, the inner work that you've been doing has really raised your vibration, especially around your opinion and your the feelings of self-worth that you have for yourself. So I like that. All right. So many blessings. Excuse me. And then Charming Anjushri Dubey. I see you've added Charming to your name. That's great. I love it. You want to know who is coming towards you. So let's take a look here. And I feel like that one for sure. What else? All right, there it is. I knew there was one more. So let's take a look here. Well, you got the Ace of Cups. So you definitely have new love that is headed your way here. And the Two of Wands is this, as far as timing, Two of Wands does come into play because that tells us wherever we invest our energy is what grows and expands. It's the choice. Every moment is either a lower vibrational choice or higher vibrational choice, both of story, emotion, energy, and action. And this tells you that the more energy that you focus on gratitude, the faster things come in and the faster this moves towards you. The Two of Wands tells you too here with like as far as who is coming in here, that this next individual is not like your life partner, like who you're going to be with the rest of your life, because this person's an optional lesson. Interesting, right? And you're drawing them in because they're teaching you something you want to know about yourself, and it's like this. If you ever go on vacation and you have a vacation package and you can choose different options, like I do want the scuba diving package or the horseback riding or the luau. It's an extra added benefit and something that you enjoy because it teaches you. It's a great extra mirror that helps you move faster and more deeply into your life partnership for when they come about. So the next person coming in here is a brand new love, but it's not like super long term. It's someone who definitely teaches you a lot about yourself, things that you've wanted to see about yourself. So this individual, just be aware of it when they're coming. It's like, all right, I'm not going to get, uh, I won't say attached, but you're going to enjoy them for who they are in your interactions. But I feel like you'll know already that, like this isn't someone that I'll be with the rest of my life, but I'm going to enjoy learning about myself through this. And that's what's coming in. All right. So that's what we have for you, Charming. And then Aditi, hello, hello. So higher self guidance for your love life. So let's see, what does your higher self want you to know about your love life here? All right. So there's this balance coming in here. You've got the Two of Pentacles in the middle. On one side, you've got the Devil card energy, and on the other, you have the Lovers. You can't make this up, right? So you're definitely your higher self wants to, point out to you here that, on the one side with the Devil card, there is this letting go of the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts around what love is. We've been taught a lot of things growing up in our lives, and there is this transformation, this change of uh, all the restrictions, all of the things that you felt like needed to happen, supposed to happen, should happen. And there's this release. The more you release those things, then that is what allows the balance and allows lovers to come in. Because when we have a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and all this, we have a very restrictive avenue of what we're telling the creator, who and what and when and where and blah 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 has to be this. And they're like, well, that person's on back order for 1,000 years. But if you want someone sooner, someone that I have, in store for you, you can trust me that I will bring the perfect person in the perfect way and let the expectations go. And that's what opens up the avenues for things to come in quicker for you. So your higher self guidance is to really question all of these the long list of things that we are taught are supposed to be around love and relationship and everything else, and release it to the creator and go, you know what? I trust you. I know you'll bring the perfect person in the perfect way, perfect time too. And in the meantime, I'm going to focus on me and my relationship with my higher self, my relationship with the creator, my relationship to life, living my passions, and then love will find its way to me in the perfect timing. And I feel like that's what your higher self wants you to know. Trust us. We're going to bring you the perfect thing into your life. All right. So that's what they have for you. And then MMC, you would like a general for next week. Let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know about your next week. All right, you got two eights. You got the major eight with the strength card with the major arcana, and then the eight of swords, which is becoming aware next week of a lot of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel limited and trapped and small. And with that strength card too, that's connecting. This is your human self. This is your higher self with the infinity symbol, and there is this clarity. It's like looking at things from a higher perspective, looking at things from a bigger perspective allows you to transform some of these old fears that you have around things, and you're transforming them into knowledge. So, with whatever this is next week, I feel like there's been some things that you've been feeling restricted from being able to move forward on. And with this new awareness, it gives you that strength, that inner courage, that inner awareness, the inner knowing and clarity that you're like, you know what? I remember now the reason why I doubt myself is because when I was in, 6 years old and I did this and this teacher said this or my parents said that or this happened, and so I promised myself I'd never face that embarrassment again. I'd never do anything unless I'm sure I'm going to be 100% successful at it or whatever it is, whatever this belief is, you're transforming it next week. And I feel like you've been building up to this, and you're just kind of tired of not going for things that I feel I want because I doubt myself. And this is a big leap for you, and I like that. All right, and that's what they have for you, MMC. So many blessings. And then Eagle, you want to know, when will you meet a partner? All right, let's take a look here and see when you'll meet a partner. Not necessarily the partner, but a partner. Okay, well, you will. It is an important person because you've got the 8 of Wands. So this is fast and furious. 8 of Wands is like energy happening like this. Um, so it's gonna be very, very soon. I would say even by the end of January because it's so much energy, and you will know, you'll have no doubt with the 6 of Cups. This is past life connection energy where you're gonna be like, "I know them from somewhere," and it's like you recognize them, and you just have this knowing and this draw, and you both have it, for each other, depending on how in tune they are. Usually, the people on my channel, you're gonna know more and feel it stronger because you're more in tune. The other person, maybe not as much, to your extreme, but they are gonna be like, "Yeah, don't I know you from somewhere? You look familiar too," and they don't know why or where or whatever, and, but it's because you've had past lives together, and this energy is drawing you guys together in this lifetime as well, and so you will have no doubt, you're gonna be like, "Dang, that's them, oh my gosh," because 'cause you're just, like, so drawn, and there's no, earthly reason for you to feel that way besides the past lives. So, I like it for you, Eagle, and it's, like I said, 8 of Wands, so I feel like by the end of January. If not, definitely within 8 weeks, but I feel like end of Jan by the end of January. Alright, so many blessings to you, Eagle. And then Daisy, hey, Daisy, you just started your first week of school and you're excited. Absolutely, I can understand that. And scared. No way. You have a lot of fear around school, Daisy. Do you see the pattern? So you want to know, how will this semester turn out for you? Let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know. All right. Yeah, you got the Four of Cups, emotional stability. Eight of Wands, it's going to fly by. But it is with this emotional stability, the four and the eight, very smooth moving. I feel like it's just, you even have the 10 of Cups on the bottom, which is like, wow. But I just feel like it flies by. And before you know it, the semester's over, and you're like, wow, we're here already. I feel like you're very much more emotionally stable during this semester with those Four of Cups than previous ones, which makes sense because, you know, you have worries, you have concerns, but then you're looking back over the semesters you've taken, you're like, what? You know what? I'm still alive. And I did okay. I did fine. Wait, I did better than okay, right? Didn't you do like, wow? Um, and so you're like, okay, I'm I'm um I'm just gonna take it day by day, enjoy the adventure because before you know it, you're gonna be done with school and then you have to go to work. So stay in school as long as you can. I'm just kidding. But I feel like you'll just be like surprised at how fast this semester seems to go. But it feels very calm and not stressful for you. So I like it for you, Daisy. So just remember, when you start to feel the fears and anxiety rise, what do? We breathe deep, we come back, we are able to access our brilliant mind. And so tests are a breeze when you study and you have all that information in your head. But if you're freaking out, then the little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat are in charge and they take the test and they weren't paying attention. They've put your intelligent brain on pause. So I like it for you. So just continue to be you. Right, Daisy. Many blessings to you. And then Scorpio, 1180. Hello, hello. Thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate that, Scorpio. And you want to ask, what is next for Robert and you? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about Roberto? Wow. So you've got the Nine of Cups, emotional dreams come true kind of card, and the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities opening up here. So you definitely have. Why did you see that? That star went. Bzzzt. I love the whatever glare that was. That was pretty cool. It looked like it lit up. So it's like, yeah, the wishing upon a star kind of energy. It's like you have this opportunity to step forward with all of that. And I like that. So you definitely, it feels like there's a new, yet another opportunity in the outside world to come together and experience something that just feels like, wow, almost too good to be true kind of feelings. And it's just like, enjoy it for what it is. Yeah, I feel like, try not to control it, try not to define it. It's like seeing a beautiful sunset. It's like, don't try to explain it to anyone. Just stand there in awe and enjoy the entire, situation here. But you definitely, this Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, very, very powerful and very beautiful. So I like that for you. All right, so that's what they have for you, Scorpio. Many blessings. And then Magana, you are up next. Hey, hey. So you have two cousins in your class, YS and TS. YS constantly looks at you. What do both of them actually feel about you? And do they want to be friends, or what is it? What? All right, so we'll pull a card here for YS, and then here's for TS. So YS, yeah, they have a star card here. So definitely YS looks at you and sees, this Aquarius energy of the star card. And the star card is a brightness in a dark place. And so you just have this glow about you with YS. They're like, what is it about you? You just have this energy that just woo, woo, vibrates, and they're like, it's your what I would say, because of Aquarian energy, people will think you're weird, but also intriguing. And that's the way they kind of look at you and see you here as someone that's like, wow. And so I feel like YS does want to get to know you better and become friends because they're just like, wow, there's something about you that's drawing them. And then TS, wow, yeah, TS is has the 10 of cups, so they really enjoy you too. So both of them really. Um, I feel like maybe TS is more of an emotional person, like that shares and emotional. I feel like maybe YS might be more intellectual, and so they're kind of like, um I don't know if they're twins, but it's almost like they are opposites. If even if they're identical twins, they're like one is the one that focuses on the brain, the other one focuses on the heart and emotion. And the YS is intrigued with their mind and wow, what's this? And the other one just is like has this emotion and this draw to you too. So they're just a very loving, giving person, TS. And so yeah, both of them definitely are wanting friendships and interactions with you for different reasons. One's more emotionally based, not that they're in love with you, but they're just like, wow, you're my cousin and I want to get to know you. And they're very that kind of person. And I feel like once you get to know them, I feel like they got a wall up, but behind the wall, there's this flood of wanting connection, emotional connection, and YS is more mental connection, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in, Megana. So many blessings to you. And then Mizrak Bayin, hello, hello. You want a general for January and February. All right, let's take a look here. All right, cards flying out everywhere. Let me just get those gathered back together. So what do they want? Okay, so that's January and that's February. So general for January, well, you got the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles is this energy of kind of being to yourself a little bit more than normal here from the outside world, but it's allowing you to really look at your relationship to yourself to the outside world. And that's kind of like there's this awareness of who you are and you're not needing to define yourself by how you're, hanging out with other people and all that. And February is really inspiring too with the Hierophant. This is your higher self that has drawn you to this higher place to uh, discover like the capital T truth of who you are. What do you want? What do you want to do in life? And I feel like this alone time is really kind of a springboard that takes you into February and realizing, I don't need I don't need a person to define me. I don't need a job or education or situation to define me. I don't need a certain body or bank accounts or possessions or whatever to define me. I get to define me. And that's that 9 of Pentacles energy. I'm defining myself, not the outside world. And then you look at, well, with if they don't define me and I've been trying to, maybe you've been living your life a little bit for the praise and or fearing the punishment of outside world stuff, this Hierophant is you going, and like February is like, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? Where am I going to head? And I like that February for you. It's very freeing. And it's like you're choosing the direction for yourself instead of trying to choose it for other people. So I like that for you, and that is what they have for you right now. And then Nat, you are up. So love for February. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. These cards are a talking. Wow, you got two major arcana. And so you've got, a beautiful sun card here, which is about victory and light shining on a lot of different areas of your life with both the justice and the sun card coming in. The justice card is giving you the ability to, with that ace of swords, to see things from a higher perspective, to really see the capital T truth of what is it truly that I want in life? Who do I truly want to be? How do I want it to, unfold? What does love really, really look like for me? Not what I've been told it's supposed to, because that's the scales is balancing out what I've been told all my life with what I've been what my higher heart wants for me regarding love. And there is great energy that comes in with that because, when one side of it is loaded up with a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we've been given of popular opinion all of our lives, it transforms into this, helps transform into this side and loads up the scales because the scales are off balance at the beginning, but we start transforming lower vibrational to higher vibrational, it starts balancing out. When with this balancing, if you invest energy in this balancing, in February, you can experience love coming into your life with the Sun card. But it takes you doing this. If this doesn't happen in February. Eventually you'll get sick and tired of trying to do things the way you've always done and getting the same result. When you want higher vibrational love, you have to change your love to be higher vibrational. If you keep doing lower vibrational things, we keep getting that lower vibrational people experiences and whatever. And this is you getting tired of that. Two major arcana is a significant transformation for you. So I like that for you, Nat Nat. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Needy Sarvaya. Hi, hi, hi. Good to see you. And you want a general reading. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Let's take a look here. So you've got this beautiful Five of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So the Five of Pentacles is about there's this significant transformation and change of your feelings of worth. It changes from something that feels like lack, being left behind, being left out in the cold, definitely these beliefs about lack. And number five is the number of transformation and change. King of Wands is a lot like, well, it's the Knight of Wands, isn't it? It's the Knight of Wands, even, which the Knight of Wands, they're in this quest for this Ace of Wands, which is stepping into your power. It takes you into the King of Wands and Emperor energy, because there's this fiery quest of I'm tired of feeling lacking and being left behind, and it shows here that you just don't want to have these feelings like the world is letting you down, the world leaves you behind, the world abandons. And it's true, it happens. It's when a human goes into fight or flight mode, because our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control, we will pull back and abandon everyone for our safety and for our own, worth and for our own survival, right? Survival instinct. And that's where we develop these feelings of lack because we're told depend on them for your sustenance and for who you are and your definition of yourself and all that, and then they disappoint us. And then we're like, well, but this transformation is you're realizing it's the creator, it's the spirit world that brings you what you need in each moment. Even though sometimes they ship it through a human, they're just the delivery company. But spirit is the one who brings us what we need in our lives. And this Knight of Wands is this pursuit of stepping into your power, realizing you're the one that gets to decide what energy you put forward and where you invest it. And you get to choose where you want to invest your energy in your life. And the king or the King of Wands or the Emperor, they both have like Aries, fiery type of energy. When all these advisors are telling us the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, that's where we feel all this lack because we feel fear of not doing what they're telling us to. But when we step in and going, wait, you're the one that brings me everything. So these people's opinions are opinions and I don't have to obey them. The creator is the one who brings you everything you need in each moment. And so you're like, I'm going to decide to do this. I'm going to put form around it, and then I'm going to take action, and there's going to be movement in this. This moves you from these feelings of lack, like, well, I can't go do this with my life because I don't have the support. Who says you don't? People may not support you, but that doesn't mean the creator does or does not, right? You get to see this. And so this Knight of Wands is movement, movement, movement towards these beliefs, and it comes in faster here. So I like this for you because you're developing this trusting relationship with the creator that you have everything you need. And when you're facing these fears of lack, which are holding you back from stepping forward and doing something, then you're, it's saying like, well, I don't trust you, creator. I don't trust you, universe. And you're like, wow. When you start to have doubts and you start hearing the creator ask you, do you trust me? You really stop and think and go, I do. I really do trust you. They've never failed you any time in your entire life, right? So I like that for you. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Hot Sun, you are up next. Hello. And then he's what are Matt's feelings and intentions towards you? And what's on the bottom of the deck? All right, let's take a look here. So those are the feelings, the intentions, and we have an extra card here. And bottom of the deck, you got the Page of Cups. So the energy underneath all of this is that there is this heightened love. If you think of pages as like the number 11, the 11 of cups, you've already gone through the Ace of Cups, one, all the way up. Now you have this heightened love that's coming in here. Their feelings, oh no, their intentions. Uh-oh. So their feelings, they've got the Magician card here. Magician card is more fiery, not so much lovey-dovey, um, love, which is below the surface, but what will they'll express, what they would be willing to fess up to is that they have a great amount of attraction for you. That's the Magician, right? That's like the culmination of a lot of it's almost like the King of Wands. They've got this passion, but it's a mature, controlled passion. It's not like the Knight of Wands, which can be like a prince, like a little chihuahua going around humping people's legs. No, this is a mature attraction. And so that's why I feel like it's not coming across as they're just trying to, you know, get physical or whatever, because it's physical and energetic attraction, but it's a very controlled and balanced is a good word. Controlled almost feels like what? But balanced, right? Their intentions are interesting because you've got the Death card, which is an ending and a beginning, and the Ten of Swords, which is an ending and a beginning. And the combination of these, it feels like their intentions are to let go of a lot of their previous thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have maybe hindered the interactions coming together because they either have had a ton of expectations that have been um, you know poured onto them their entire life about what relationships are supposed to be should be when we all are in the beginning by what we see in movies and books and what we witness among other relationships. We're like, oh, this is what a relationship is supposed to be. Got all this stuff that's all poured together, a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense and contradictory to each other. And that's why relationships are so confusing in the beginning till you later in life you figure out what you are, what is your truth and what is not. And so there the 10 of swords is like I'm tired of trying to live up to all these long list of expectations and I'm ready to put an end to those and have this rebirth and look at things differently. So their intentions are for like this rebirth, which makes sense with this Page of Cups. There's very much this transformational type of energy that comes in here. So hopefully that helps. And that's what they have for you right now, Hot Sun. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Lydia, you are up next. You want to know how is Jay doing in feeling any intentions towards you? All right. Well, let's take a look here. How are they doing in feeling? Well, they're in a time of transformation with this hanged man. It's like a caterpillar and transfer, kind of in this change from a caterpillar to a butterfly. So they've got things that are dropping away out of their life. They've got this, movement. I just feel like there's a lot of they've like stepped away and distanced themselves from a lot of people and a lot of things because they're trying to figure out their life and they're trying to figure out, what is going on within them here. And so they're trying to figure out what they're want to do with their life and how they're feeling about things. And so a lot of super reflection And it's like they're like I said, they feel like they stepped away and distanced themselves from like everyone and everything pretty much, and except what is mandatory that they can't like ignore, and like, oh, I cannot not go to work or whatever. I'll go there, but I'm quieter. I'm more distant. I'm not as engaged and active in things. And I feel like this is in every area of their life. Their intentions towards you, they do have the 3 of Wands here, which, I feel like they are in the process of all this looking at things differently with the 3 of Wands is changing direction, and I don't feel like it's, an exit ramp off the freeway to where they drive away. I feel like they're with all this thinking that they're doing, they are looking at action towards you. I feel like you're one of the few things that they're wanting to keep in their life that does bring joy, does bring a brightness. I just feel like there's, even like these 3 of Wands, how there's one that's really brighter than the others. See like the little spotlight down here? I feel like that's how you stand out to them. Other people not so much. And so they're like, "Well, you definitely I want to keep in my life. I'm not sure about these others yet." And so I feel like their intentions towards you are, there's like this awareness that's coming in here about the importance that you have in their life. And I don't feel like they recognized it before. Um, it's like when they're reflecting on stuff, they see how consistently like you've been supportive in their life. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling that they're feeling for you. So hopefully that makes sense, Lydia. But I feel like that their intentions are to take a different route with you, but a more prioritized and intentional route with you. And I don't feel like they know what that is yet. They're still figuring everything out. But at least we know that much based on current energy. All right, Lydia, that's what they have for you. And then Kevin to debut. And hello, Kevin. Hello, hello. So you noticed when you try to meditate, for some reason, you only last for a few minutes and you feel a sense of fear. Why do you feel that way? Let's take a look here. So, what does Spirit want you to know here? Wow. Boom, boom, boom. Well, with both of these, the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot here, this is all about victory and abundance, and both of these are victorious type of cards here, and the solutions in the cards of these for you as well, because I feel like with this, what you fear is that you're not going to do things right when you go to meditate. Um, it's like you're trying to achieve something, and if we're thinking, "Okay, I've gotta meditate, but I'm not gonna do it right, I'm not gonna do it long enough, I'm not gonna connect, and if I connect and they're gonna see me, they're not gonna like me." There's all this little bubbling below the surface of these fears that come up, and it's like, "Man, no, 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 I don't wanna I don't like this, I don't like this feeling," right? Something that they're saying here, though, one is that the Wheel of Fortune is that everything always unfolds for you. The Chariot is your power of choice, and on the other side, they don't have any other they don't have any supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts. They feel our emotions, our thoughts, they're around us 24/7. They would love us to talk to them, but it doesn't have to be a meditation. You know, prayer is like talking to the other side. Meditation is listening. And so rather than looking at it as a structured, organized thing that I have to meditate and I have to do it a certain way, they're like, just talk to us and then listen, talk with us, not to us. And that's great. That's what this interaction will be. It'll be the conversation is prayer and meditation. It's speaking and listening. That's really what prayer and meditation is. We just, as humans, try to put the structure around it, and then we fear I'm not doing it right, which totally takes us to lower vibrational emotion, which is and energies, which is opposite of the what frequency they speak to us at, because they speak to us in unconditional love and joy and laughter and gratitude. That's the frequency at which they speak. So the Chariot card tells us that every moment is of their lower vibration. higher vibration, and you get to choose the story you put to things, the emotions, the energy, the actions you take. And so, look at meditation as conversation with spirit, and I feel like that'll change things for you when you realize, okay, it's not a test, it's not a pass or fail. They just are they're hearing us all the time, whether we're speaking to them or not. Our heart is speaking to them, our mind is speaking, and they hear and see it all. And then if we are willing and wanting to hear from them, that's when we just raise our love vibration, dial down our fears. And so doing the things that you enjoy really help that too. Like, if you enjoy going for a walk, if you enjoy painting or playing music, or um, you know whatever, something that makes you feel connected. Like for me, pulling cards, I'll pull cards and meditate, conversate, right? I'll ask spirit, what do you guys want me to know right now? I'm like, oh, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'll hear things dropped into my mind, dropped into my heart. They'll communicate with me through the outside world and different things too. Um, so I feel like that's the why you feel the fear. You've fear failing at doing meditation right, but also you're afraid what they'll think, what you might hear, and all that. And it's always going to be of unconditional love, because that's all they ever have for you. And there's no wrong way to talk with them. It's like saying, no, 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 no. If it's like your best friend, no, 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 you only can communicate with me when you're in this position, with your legs folded this way, after you've done this, this, and this, and you've got to talk to me this way. You're like, are you my best friend or are you a jerk? So I like that for you. So that's what's coming in, Kevin. Many blessings to you. All right, Shay B, you want to know Jordan's feelings and energy towards you. Jordan's feelings and energy. So that's feelings and energy. All right. So they're kind of undecided, but on the, kind of conflicted with this Two of Swords, kind of standing at a crossroads between their heart and their mind, taking them in a couple of directions. But the Emperor shows that very soon now they're gonna be making a decision in figuring out what they want and what they wanting to do. So I feel like they're going back and forth between their mind and their heart. The heart wants, closeness, and the mind is like, oh no, this is, we can't do that. We'll get hurt, blah blah blah. Don't you see this evidence of the past? But the emperor is someone that has a lot of people whispering in their ear about supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos, and the emperor is like, uh, this Aries energy. That's where this decision making is about to happen. They're going to go, all right, everybody, and shut up. I'm going to make the decision. I'm the emperor, and then they're going to put form around what they are wanting, and they're going to take action toward it. So right now, they're kind of still undecided, going back and forth with their brain there. But that emperor does show that they're on this. They're contemplating and thinking, what do I want to do? I mean, I hear you mind, I hear you heart, kind of meshing it together. I'm going to put form and I'm going to make a decision. But they're the ones that make the decision. So that's what's coming in, Shaby. Hopefully that helps. Right. And then Mega W. Hello, hello. Greetings to you. And you want the decision which you took today about your life. Is it correct or not? All right. There is no wrong choice in our life. There's no right or wrong or should. There's always just different choices and different results from those choices. So, what we'll do here is the choice that you made today, what kind of energy does that bring? We'll do one card for that. And that's that one. And then, is there a different choice that will bring you a higher experience here? We'll ask that. All right. So you've got the temperance card here. So the choice you made today, you had the temperance, which temperance is alchemy. You can see here it goes back and forth between the two cups. They normally have them going back and forth. This is balance. This is patience. And with balance and patience, that the route that you have chosen to take, it will take you there. And it's okay, um, to be able to change your mind in the future if you want with this too, because it's going back and forth and you're going to see slow change and slow progress and you're like, oh, I chose the wrong one. And it's like, no, it's going to turn to gold eventually if you'll be patient enough with that. But when I asked, is there something that would get you to a higher experience, you do have the king of wands here, and the king of wands represents on one hand the spiritual energy, and that it's the highest spiritual energy you can feel, which would be your higher self. And with that energy, I feel like whatever you chose today may have been from your mind, what other people may have been influencing you, your upbringing, all those opinions that are in your head. And it may not match up to what your higher self, your heart wants to do, how it wants to express the unconditional love into your world. What's great is we're just finished reading a great book called Discover Your Dharma by Sahara Rose. I highly recommend it. One of the things that she says in it, which is so perfect, is that every road leads to our Dharma, every road leads to our life purpose. And even if we take an off ramp and we take a slower route, um, you will, in the midst of it, learn so much that will benefit your life purpose eventually. So there's no, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my microphone. There's no wrong choice to make, no wrong direction to go. And if you happen to get this spark in the midst of it and going, you know what, I want to go this way and do this instead, no harm, no foul. You learned what you wanted to learn, and now you're adapting and going a different direction. So I feel like you will eventually get bored that things are not unfolding fast enough. And I feel like you will eventually make an alternate change, which this life is all about, making change, because things are constantly changing out there. But you do have the King of Wands, you have this power for new beginnings and deciding and putting your energy towards what you're wanting, and then things unfold there. So I feel like the decision you took today about your life is correct for this moment, and that there's no incorrect one. But I feel like there will be something further down the road that you'll bump into had you not taken this route. And you'll see, as she says, Sahara Rose, the red thread that has gone throughout your life to bring you to who you are today. There's no mistakes, right? There's only different choices with different energies and experiences, and you will, there's no wrong choice, which I love. Of course taught differently with that, right? Where we're like, oh God, no, 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 you can't go that route. You can't do those things, right? Because there's hell to pay if you don't live up to what everyone has told you you need to, right? So I like that for you. So hopefully that helps for you, Mega, and many blessings to you. And then Jay Lynn, you are up next. So hi, you want to pull cards for me? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see these two here and these two here. All right, three. So they must be, well, there's two groups. So this is one message. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, these basically represent the same one here. You've got the Ace of Wands and the Sun, which is this power, this energy, this, um, new beginnings, this putting the sun, it's all this fire energy. It's shining light and action, action, action. Um, but it's passionate action that's coming in here. And yeah, and you've got all this energy. So you have the High Priestess, which is trust in your heart. You have the Four of Cups, which is usually there's three cups that we're bored of, and the one cup coming in. And you've got the Seven of Wands, which is it's like the sun. The Seven of Wands is um, choosing to shine bright and not asking permission of anyone else. And with the combination of all these cards together is one message of um, discovering that High Priestess is connecting with your high heart, connecting with your higher self discovering how you uniquely want to share that unconditional love with the world. How are you going to shine bright? How are you going to not dim your light, not ask permission to be yourself, but to be yourself? And if people can't handle it, they can put on a big sun hat, put on sunscreen, get in the shade, or get in the house. But you are not dimming your light. And it's time for you in your life to shine bright, to step forward, to put action behind what it is, what makes your heart sing and make your heart feel full, and not, go into the old, you know, going along, get along, existing, not living, doing things for everyone else, but you're, feeling empty. So I like this shock. It's like beat, they're doing the two panels on your chest. Let's get that heart activated. Ba-chunk. Live, Jalen. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. I like it. And then Pathan Samir, you say AJ and Natakar, true love, you both are boy. All right. Well, let me see. Spirit knows what you're asking. I don't think I'm quite picking up here. Is that two people? Is it true love? So let's take a look here and see what they have here. So you have the King of Cups here, which is this balance between head and heart. And you got this Eight of Pentacles, which is progression coming in your outside world. And this King of Cups does represent, like, there's this you know, it's a almost like a very compatible person, because they're balanced with, they have thoughts, they can communicate, they're intelligent, they're also can express their emotion, they're very balanced between the two. It's like a great compatible person to be in a relationship with, because they're not like so mental that they don't have any emotion, and that's so emotional that they're just like, wow, out of their minds. It's a wonderful balanced individual that brings the this wonderful balance of both worlds in. And I like this. And the Eight of Pentacles is whoever, there's been a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And this is the progression of the outside world, where things are coming to a pinpoint here. If this doesn't represent anyone you've talked about, that means that they're not there for you. This Eight of Pentacles is like a caterpillar being in a cocoon, who, other people have said, yeah, let's all go into this cocoon and we're going to transform these butterflies. And so you do, and you go through all this work, and you're adapting, and you're changing into a butterfly, and then you bust out of the cocoon, ta-da, and there's just caterpillars. You're like, where's the other butterflies? Didn't you guys, weren't we going to go in the cocoon and then go places? And they're like, well, yeah, but we just felt it was too much work, and these leaves looked really good, and so we just kept eating. And now they're these big chubby caterpillars. And you're like, well, one, I can't carry you anywhere. Two, I have wings, I'm not going to walk anymore, because I can go great distances. So I feel like if this individual or individuals, whoever your interests are in, if it doesn't represent this balanced, where you have this great communication, this great emotion, this balanced individual, then I feel like you'll be leaving caterpillars behind, and a butterfly is going to be coming into your life, because it's someone that's put in the work, put in that. They're very balanced, and they can go and do butterfly things with you where caterpillars can't. Butterflies can migrate 1,000 miles. Caterpillar is like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. They can't. They can only move so much, and they get to a stream. They can't cross it. They'll drown. So they're very limited. But another butterfly, you can go great distances with. So hopefully that helps there, Pathan. So many blessings to you. Let's see, where are we at here? Let's see, I've got about 7 minutes left. I can probably get through. I think I can get through. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 more, so I think I probably can get through, you guys. I'll go a little past 5. All right, Ashvin Rai, hello. Will you be able to become a tarot reader? All right. You can always do it, put your mind to it, right? Let's take a look here. Wow. Yep, we got 2 major arcana and a royal. The first card coming out is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and reward and benefit. So you can definitely become a tarot reader. You just have to understand it'll take some time with the temperance, just developing your relationship. And they have tarot meanings, but obviously if you watch my channel, you're like, that's not what that normally means, or what? How did you get that from that? It's channeling. You develop your own language with spirit, which can take time. And you have the Emperor. It's all up to you. You have the ability to step forward with this Aries energy and this new beginning. So you definitely have the ability and capacity to do so. It just takes you stepping forward and deciding, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. And then you just take time developing that. You never know. Maybe I'll have a course someday teaching tarot. All right, but that's what's coming in for you there, Ashvin. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we've got Rain Sweet Drop. Let me move this over here. There we go. So, Rain Sweet Drop. Hey, hey, now that you found the courage to ask last night, Damon, the Aquarius, was taunting and hurting you in a group call last night. You'd like to know what are his intentions towards me. You're a Leo. All right. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about this Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius, so I was like, uh-oh. Aquariuses can be, well, you got the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles here. And this is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and finding your fullness. This Ace of Pentacles is finding this full feeling within yourself. So, what Spirit is bringing in here is not the human intentions towards you, not the human daemons' intentions towards you. They're bringing in the intentions of what's the higher reason for this interaction with them that you're having, and it is to show you they're being a mirror for you, and they are showing you how you feel about yourself until you see it. Because I know this is you know in the beginning, it's like, what? Trying to grasp our mind around this, but people's actions or non-actions, words or non-words, happen in the outside world. They're neutral. They're not good, they're not bad. Um, they just are. And what happens that we as humans, we are taught from when we're very young, we're given a lot of every moment is a choice of the human us on what story of my brain I'm going to put on what is happening. I choose that. What emotion am I going to feel? Because that all happens inside my brain. This all happens inside my heart. I choose the emotion. I choose the energy I'm putting out. I choose the physical actions I'm taking with my body, right? And so when someone does something, we've got a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we've been given all our lives about it's supposed to mean that. So when he did what he did, I'm taught that is taunting. I'm taught the story is that I'm hurting. I'm supposed to be hurt, and that's supposed to be taunting toward me. They were just saying things and doing things, but we're the ones that chose to be hurt by it. No one can choose that for us. And it's great because James Allen, he had a book, As a Man Thinketh, I think. It might have been in that book that he actually said it too, which was, it's not the circumstances that determine how it impacts someone. Otherwise, everyone that goes through something would experience it exactly the same. But because people don't, it's not the situation that determines how it impacts the person, but the person that determines how the circumstances impact them. Excuse me. I love Byron Katie. If you ever have a chance to check her out, but she says, like, you can't hurt me. That's my job. You can't make me happy. That's my job. All that happens inside of us. And so there being a mirror here, and it's that you're allowing to see, okay, you know, the higher intentions of the higher realm is that they are showing you your fears, because taunting and hurting are lower vibrational energies and emotions that are rooted in fear. So it's like, what do I fear about what was said or what they did? I fears are being ignited in me, and those are mine, not theirs. They're happening in here, so they belong to me. I look at my fears, I look at the emotions that are coming up, and I get to choose to look at it differently if I want. So the situation of whatever that was happening was for you. I know it's a change of life is happening to me, and we have a victimhood, and it transforms to the why did I want this to happen for me? Because I'm the one who put in the order for this mirror to reflect back to me what I want to see about myself till I see it. I'll keep having mirrors, similar mirrors come into my life to show me this until I see it and go, ah, and then I can transform the fear into something higher knowledge, higher wisdom. So hopefully that helps, Rain Sweet Drop. You get to get your power back though, which is great. All right. And then Jazz, you are up next. Would love, oh, you'd like to get guidance on how to overcome your fears, anxieties, blocking your progress ahead. All right, let's take a look here. All right, well, you get one card of advice, which is the perfect card, too. Page of Cups. Page of Cups, this is the chalice, the Holy Grail, the higher love from above. And that is where the crux and the core of all of our fears, our anxieties, things that are blocking us has to do with our worth. And we're taught to define our worth by the outside world, right? Um, Relationships of all kinds, romantic, friends, family, whatever, situations, things, but those are all in the outside world are unstable, undependable, disappointing, right? People change, people walk away, people pass away. So it's temporary, it's unstable. Situations, jobs, education, social status, whatever situations we can get in, always changing, never forever. And we're looking for forever, right? And then the things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, all that stuff breaks down, deteriorates, blows up, burns down, stolen, all unstable. And when we realize it enough, where we're like, I feel like the more I eat of the world, the hungrier I get. The more I drink of the world, the thirstier I become. And then you realize, oh, we turn inward and upward, and we find the only stable thing in our life is that page of there's the Ace of Cups that they have, which is the chalice, the Holy Grail. That's us. And we can fill up with that unconditional eternal love from up above. And that is how we define ourselves, by that, not by all the rules and all the stuff. And the fears we have fears of failure, fears of rejection, fears of losing conditional love. And it's the fears are the conditions, all this stuff saying this has to define you. But you're like, but I can't control that. And that's going to end. And then who am I? And like, exactly, that's where our fear and anxiety come in, is because we're defining ourselves by something in the outside world. But we gain our stability back by finding the unconditional love inside, which is the only stable thing. Eternal, never ends, very stable, right? Unconditional, not one thing that we have to do to earn it, and not one thing we can do to lose it, because there's no conditions for it. It's ours. And it's the, unconditional love of the higher realm. So there's this freedom that comes in with all that. And so hopefully that helps with that. A great book that helps with that, if you've ever checked it out, it's Deepak Chopra's The Path to Love. Outstanding, amazing book with a lot of great information in there, if you want to check that out. But that is what they have for you right now. A little tidbit there, Jazz. Enjoy your adventure. You can do it. Right. And then Muskin, Maria, Maria. I'm probably murdering that. My apologies. But Muskin, you want to know what's coming in your career for 2024? What does Spirit want you to know here? All right. Well, you definitely it with the 3 of Pentacles, if you can be true to your authentic self, you have this abundance that comes in here. But if you're trying to, like, be and trying to have a career that is, like someone else's dream for you, it's just because you have no life in it, and, when it's not your dream, if obstacles come in, it's like, it's not moving because we really inside don't have a true huge investment in doing that and moving forward, right? So you have the 6 of Wands, which is celebration and recognition and victory, but it comes here with you being true to your authentic self and determining who is it that I want to be? What's my dream? What career would I want that makes my heart sing, that makes me feel full, not what checks off things in my brain, right? So that's what's important for you with your career. I feel like Spirit is saying you're being nudged to try and search after what is true to your authentic self in your heart. So there you go. That's what they have for you. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Infinity, hello, hello. You said, please count me in. So we'll count you in. Let's see what the Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. Wow. So the love that you've been looking for has been inside of you all along. You are the one that you're looking for, Infinity. You got the Ace of Cups, the Chalice, the Holy Grail, the Nine of Cups. Emotional wish come true, but the nine is the Hermit's energy. This combination is telling me that, you know, the love I've been looking for, the greatest love of all, like Whitney Houston sang and Dolly Parton wrote, right? The greatest love of all is right here inside of your own heart. It's the higher love. And I feel like this is what a spirit is saying is the answer to every question is love, and it's not conditional external love. It's inner, upper, unconditional, eternal love from above that is the answer to every question. That's that chalice, that holy grail. Stepping back, filling up with that changes our whole way. It doesn't mean that we just stop desiring things in the outside world, that we just don't need it anymore. We just want it. We're filling up and overflowing. So the world transforms from a place of lack to this place of overflowing in abundance because you're finding your wholeness in here. And the outside world is what is filling up and overflowing then, or it's the overflow. They're just adding into the overflow already. It's above and beyond extra. So I feel like that's what's important for you to know right now, Infinity. So many blessings to you. And then lastly, my apologies if I missed anyone. I will be back in less than an hour at 6 p.m. As soon as I finish up here, I will put a little list of the names of who I read in what order, so you can find your reading here. And then I will post my new announcement for my 6 p.m. and you can jump in early and put questions there too. But I'll be back at 6 tonight, 6 tomorrow night as well, Mountain Time PM. And then tomorrow, and so Saturday and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time as well. All right. So apologies if I missed anyone. Um, I thought I heard another card fly, but I don't think it did. Um, so I apologize if I missed anyone. Just please come back and post your either tonight or tomorrow, and we'll make sure you get taken care of. So, Zane Op, you are the last one. You want to get a message of guidance for your 12th exams. All right. Yeah, definitely. Let's take a look here and see what advice. Whoa, message and guidance here. Got cards flying all over the place here. So these cards that came out, the first card that came out right away was the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is known as the Nightmare and Insomnia card, and it's a great message on guidance. Is that when we are in fear, our little inner child is feeling unsafe or out of control, and so when it feels anxious or whatever for exams or whatever in life, alarms go off, it throws out the intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us, and it leaves a little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat in charge, doing whatever it feels it needs to feel safe and in control again. Well, the problem with that is when our mind got thrown out, the one that's been doing all the studying and listening to the lectures and reading the books and everything, all that is in here, which it just disconnected us from. So one of the big pieces is understanding our fears and, you know, learning breathing exercises, whatever, but really looking at fears to understand what am I fearing? And then as fear arises at any time while you're taking tests or doing exams or anything, taking a deep breath in if you can through your nose and holding it and then slowly releasing. That balances out the fear, allows the brain, the brilliant mind, to return to where you can have access to it. So again, King of Cups is balancing your heart and your mind, and the Queen of Pentacles, which is about nurturing yourself. And this is also abundance, realizing that realizing what your fears are and finding ways for you to step out of your fears is what it will happen, and then will be great because you'll have access to your brain, and it has access in that subconscious to everything you've heard, everything you've done, and you can be successful with it. So definitely Queen of Pentacles is a great amount of abundance that's possible, but you have to stay calm. And that's finding those things out. All right. So that's what's coming in for you, Zane. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up for the video and for the readings. It does tell me you're enjoying those. And I will be returning, like I said, in less than an hour for the evening session. So until I see you again, much love to you guys. And remember, every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So we'll see you soon.